The streets ran with Christian blood, but the pagans soon discovered that they had greatly underestimated their size and ferocity. The Christians counterattacked in much greater numbers, forcing the pagans to flee. They retreated to the Serapeum with Christian hostages and barred the doors. The angry mob was close to breaking their way in when Roman soldiers arrived and defended the entrance. With the pagans barricaded inside and the Christians refusing to leave, the riot had now turned into a siege. Some time passed as word of this reached the Emperor Theodosius, and I'm sure that the pagans were really nervous that their lives were in the hands of a Christian emperor, one who had been actively abolishing pagan practices for some time. Eventually, he sent word back to the governor of Alexandria what his decree would be. He stated that the pagans who were responsible for the riot would be pardoned and would be allowed to leave with their lives. The film quite appropriately shows them cheering over this bit of good news, as I'm sure many of them thought they could hardly believe their luck, since the emperor was hardly sympathetic to his pagan subjects. That was until the prefect read the rest of the letter.
The insurgents will abandon the Serapeum and the library immediately, allowing the Christians to enter and dispose of the premises as they see fit.
So, with nothing holding back the mob, they burst into the Serapeum en masse. Now, why did Theodosius do this? Well, besides the library, within the walls of the Serapeum was a temple to the god Serapis. And around this time was when Theodosius really started putting into effect his war against paganism. Throughout the entire empire, he would either allow or authorize the destruction of many pagan sites. Just like you're seeing here. Centuries of history and culture disappearing within his reign. The temple of Serapis was completely destroyed, but the true loss came when the Christians descended upon the library and tore it apart. Now, I must say that even though the contents of this library was much smaller in size compared to the glory of the original one, its loss cannot be understated, since it's quite possible that this was all that remained of the great library of Alexandria. Shortly after, paganism was officially abolished, and Christianity had become the new dominant power.